Hello everyone, welcome to Ninja Education. You are watching part 2 of class 10 chapter 2 federalism, that is of civics. In first video we have discussed about the federalism. We understand the term federalism and some of the features of a federalism. Now in this term we are going to learn about the kinds of federalism, or you can say types of federalism or kinds of federation. Now there are the two types of a federalism. First is coming together federation and second is holding together federation. Coming together federation means independent states voluntarily form a bigger unit. Means जो independent states है they will come together to form a bigger unit. मतलब वो अपनी मर्जी से एक साथ आएंगे to form a big unit. Independent states voluntarily form a bigger union. When independent states voluntarily form a bigger union, it is called coming together federation. That means independent states will come together, उनकी मर्जी से अपने साथ में आएंगे सारे independent states. That is called coming together federation to form a bigger unit. They enhance their security by pooling their sovereignty and identity. That means सारे independent states है they are sovereignty means self dependent. उनके पास खुद के अपने powers है. Their sovereignty and identity means all states will come together. तो उससे क्या होगा, उनकी सिक्योरिटी बढ़ेगी क्योंकि वो सब साथ में आ जाने से उनकी जो सिक्योरिटी है वो ज़्यादा हो जाएगी. उनकी आइडेंटिटी भी ऐसी ही रहेगी. मतलब सपोज गुजरात है, महाराष्ट्र है, तमिलनाडु है, तो ये सारे जो स्टेट्स के नेम है, जो स्टेट्स है जिनकी जो आइडेंटिटी है दैट विल रिमेन एज इट इज. दैट मीन्स दे एनहांस देयर सिक्योरिटी बाय पुलिंग देयर सोवरिटी एंड आइडेंटिटी. Third is the states and the central have equal powers. In coming together federation, the state and the central have equal powers. For an example, USA, Australia, Switzerland, these are the countries where they are following coming together federation. They are coming together federation. Now we will see holding together federation. What do you mean by the holding together federation? A large country decides to divide its power between the constituent states and the central government. Means जब large country, जो big countries होती है, for an example our country India, जो big country होती है उसमें जो central government होती है वो decides करती है to divide their power. मतलब कुछ power states को देना. A large country decide to divide its power between the constituent states and the central government. When power is divided between the central and the state, that is come under the holding together federations. The central government is always more powerful than the regional states. Central government is always powerful than the states, and in the coming together federation both are equal. Central and the states both are at a equal level, but here central government is more powerful than the states. Some units have a special powers. Means कुछ जो states ऐसे हैं उनको special powers दिए गए हैं, like जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, मणिपुर, नागालैंड. Different constituent units have unequal powers. So here states को powers divide तो किए हैं. Central government has given some of the powers to the states, but in between the states also there is a unequal power. सबको same नहीं है. In some units special power is given. For an example, for holding together federation is our country India, Spain and Belgium. So these are the types of a federation. You have seen the types of a federation: coming together federation and holding together federation. Now how can you say that India is a federation country? मतलब इंडिया में federalism को follow किया जाता है. What makes India a federal country? How can you say that India is a federal country? So we'll see. All the feature of a federalism are present in the Indian Constitution. मतलब जो federalism है, according to the federalism, when there is a two or more level of a government, it is called federalism. So in our country India, there is a central government also, state government also, and even the third level government also, that is a local, that is panchayat and municipalities. So all the features of federalisms are present in the Indian Constitution. The only difference is that in addition to the two-tier system, India added the third one. Means addition to that means कि फेडरलिज्म में 2 लेवल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट कहा है, बट हमारी कंट्री में 3rd लेवल को भी इंक्लूड किया गया है, ऐड किया गया है, दैट इज द पंचायत एंड द म्यूनिसिपैलिटीज. Panchayats in village and municipalities in cities. The constitution has made a provision for the distribution of legislative powers between the union government and the state government. So according to the constitution, there is a one provision is made that there is a distribution of a legislative power between the union government and the state government. Means power is divided between the union government and the state government. So because of these features, our India is called a federal country. So the some of the powers is divided between the central and the state government. These powers comes under the 3 lists. Which are the 3 lists? Union list, state list and concurrent list. It has 97 subject. In state list it has 66 subject. In concurrent list it has 47 subjects. This is very important question to remember. So the subject lists means 97 subject है, उसमें से some of the example is written on the board. Subjects of national importance such as defense, foreign policy, atomic energy, banking, communication and the currency. So related to this subject, only the union government has a right to make a law. 97 subject is given to the union government, so they can make a law regarding this subject. So ये सारे अंदर किसके आएंगे? Under the union. Now in state list it has 66 subjects of states and local importance like police, trade, commerce, trade and commerce within the state and the agricultures are included in it. Means states मतलब within the state ये जो सारे subjects है like police, trade and commerce within the state. So वहाँ पे only state का rights है. State can make a law regarding this subject. Here 66 subjects are there. Some of the example is written over here and agriculture is also included in it. So एग्रीकल्चर के रिलेटेड भी अगर स्टेट में कोई भी प्रॉब्लम है तो स्टेट हैज अ राइट टू मेक अ लॉ रिगार्डिंग दिस सब्जेक्ट्स. नाउ इन concurrent list it has 47 subjects common into the both union and state government. जो ऐसे सब्जेक्ट है जो यूनियन एंड स्टेट गवर्नमेंट में कॉमन है, दैट फॉल्स अंडर द विच लिस्ट? concurrent list. वो concurrent लिस्ट में आएगा जो यूनियन और स्टेट में दोनों के लिए कॉमन है. सब्जेक्ट लाइक्स एजुकेशन, फॉरेस्ट, ट्रेड यूनियन, मैरिज, एडॉप्शन एंड सक्सेशन. सो ये सारे जो सब्जेक्ट्स है वो किस में आएंगे? कॉन्करेंट में, विच इज कॉमन मतलब स्टेट और यूनियन दोनों ही यहाँ पे कॉमन है, कॉमन इंटरेस्ट के लिए है. दैट इज एजुकेशन, फॉरेस्ट, ट्रेड यूनियन, मैरिज, एडॉप्शन एंड सक्सेशन. सो दिस आर द 3 लिस्ट where this particular subjects is given and it is written under in the constitution that which subject falls in which list. मतलब पावर किस किस को दिया गया है, कौन सा पावर किसके पास है. इट इज रिटन इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन दैट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को कुछ पावर्स दिए गए हैं, कुछ सब्जेक्ट दिए गए हैं जहाँ पे स्टेट का राइट्स है टू look after that subject and some of the power is given to the central government, so they look after their 97 subjects. और जो दोनों के लिए कॉमन है that comes under the concurrent list. Now in a union list 97 subject is there, so only the union government can pass the laws on this subject mentioned in the union list. Means the 97 subject which is mentioned in the union list, so here only the union government, only the central government has a right to pass the law regarding that subject. And in a state level there is a 66 subject and only the state government can pass the laws on this list. Mean जो 66 subject है उसके related only state has a right to pass the order or to pass the law regarding this particular subjects. But in a concurrent list it has a 47 subjects. Here both central and state government can make a law on a subject mentioned in this list. मतलब जो 47 subjects है already जो mention है concurrent list में, here central and state both can make a laws. दोनों मिलके लॉ बना सकते हैं. बट इन केस ऑफ अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बिटवीन दिस टू, सेंट्रल एंड स्टेट, in case of conflict about any subject between the state and the central, the preference will be given to the central. तो अगर दोनों के बीच में conflict होता है between states and the central government, then first preference is given to the central because here the central government is more powerful than the states. So the preference will be given to the central to make a law particular to the concurrent list or particular to the laws which are mentioned in the concurrent list. But there might be some subjects that do not falls under the any list. मतलब इन तीनों लिस्ट में जो नहीं आए हैं some of the subjects, so उसका क्या, what about that subject? So in that case the union government has the power to make a law on this residuary subject. Residuary subjects means जो किसी के अंदर भी नहीं आया है, किसी भी लिस्ट में वो सब्जेक्ट नहीं आया है, अगर वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनने के बाद वो इंक्लूड किया गया है तो दैट गोज अंडर द यूनियन लिस्ट. मतलब यूनियन मतलब क्या, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास राइट है टू मेक अ लॉ ऑन द रेसिड्यूरी सब्जेक्ट. रेसिड्यूरी सब्जेक्ट मीन्स दैट डू नॉट फॉल्स अंडर द एनी लिस्ट. फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल कंप्यूटर, ई कॉमर्स, सॉफ्टवेयर कंप्यूटर, ई कॉमर्स वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनने के बाद आया है सब कुछ. सो उसको कहीं भी कोई भी लिस्ट में मेंशन नहीं किया गया है, तो दैट ऑटोमेटिकली गोज टू द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट हैज अ राइट टू मेक लॉ रिगार्डिंग दैट सब्जेक्ट.